study is conducted in a hospital to estimate the prevalence of hand washing among healthcare workers. All of the hospital staff members are informed that the study is being conducted for 1 month, and the study method will be a passive observation of the daily routine at the hospital. A total of 89 medical staff members give their consent for the study, and they are followed for a month. This study could most likely suffer from which of the following biases? Here are options. Is it a confounding bias? Is it an observer expectancy bias? Is it a Bergsonian bias? Is it an attrition bias, or a Hawthorne bias, or a Hawthorne effect? Now here, the patients or the people on whom this experiment was going to be conducted, that is the patients or the healthcare workers, they started washing their hands with utmost care because they were aware that they are being observed or they are under a study. So this is a Hawthorne bias, simple Hawthorne bias. There should be an doubt that observer expectancy bias. Why not that? Observer expectancy bias is that the person who is observing it, that is, if I am conducting the study and I am telling the patients or the healthcare workers that I am going to conduct a study on hand washing, they are going to behave differently. I am not going to behave differently. So it is the Hawthorne effect here. For all those people who are in confusion between the observer expectancy bias and Hawthorne bias, here what Hawthorne bias means. The Hawthorne effect, also known as the observer effect, is the most likely bias from which this study will suffer. When informed about being observed, an individual being studied will change his or her behavior. This can make it challenging to get a true picture of the individual's behavior. This was first documented in a Hawthorne manufacturing plant, where the researchers observed the work efficiency of factory workers. The result of study were found to be misleading, and this kind of bias was named after this observation. In the given study, the hospital staff are informed about the study. They'll be overly conscious about hand washing and will likely do it more than usual, as they know that they are being observed. Any result obtained from this study will be insignificant. Whereas the doubt, that observer expectancy bias or Rosenthal effect, is when the expectation of an experimenter knowingly or unknowingly influences study participants and ultimately affect the outcome of the study. This thing is also very well described in your first aid, and it is given here. These are the types of study. This is the types of study as well. Here there will be the biases will be described, and I will get to the bias. So here is the Hawthorne bias. So participants change their behavior upon awareness of being observed. Participants change behavior upon awareness of being observed. Here the same thing, the patients or the healthcare workers, that they are being observed for hand washing, so they will do it with utmost care. Whereas observer expectancy bias is researchers' belief in the efficacy of a treatment changes the outcome of that treatment. It is also called as the Pygmalion effect. An observer expecting the treatment to show signs of recovery is most likely to document positive outcomes. So it is the observer who is going to be biased, but here the participants are biased. I hope you understand this, and I hope everyone is clear with this, why we have gone with the Hawthorne effect, because the healthcare workers were aware and they were being more cautious.
Thanks for watching. Please give a thumbs up and subscribe for more.